What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports News Hind Show. Today is September 4th, 2021. This video, I'm going to kind of be continuing my series here, doing some record predictions for each NFL team. The last video was of the New Orleans Saints, and this is of the New York Giants. The Giants are a very interesting team because, they had a really nice offseason. They had a nice draft. They traded with the Chicago Bears last year. Now they have 2 first-round picks next season. They also got an amazing edge rusher, Azeez Ojulari, in the second round. They brought in star wide receiver Kenny Galladay in the offseason. And now they have star running back Saquon Barkley coming back from an injury. So this Giants team is very, very interesting. The only thing my concern is with the New York Giants is Daniel Jones, if he can be more consistent or not. So let's go ahead and get started here. Week 1, they host the Denver Broncos, and I have them winning this game here. The Broncos have a fantastic roster. I think one of the more underrated rosters in the NFL. But my concern with them is their quarterback play. It was announced that Teddy Bridgewater will be the starter for the Denver Broncos. And I'm not really sold on Bridgewater. I think he's more consistent than Locke. But either way, I just do not really see the Broncos pulling off the first game here against the Giants. I feel like the Broncos are a team that's going to have a couple of weeks to kind of get used to the groove and everything like that. So I have the Giants winning this one here, start off 1-0. Week 2, to go to Washington and take on the Washington football team. This team, the Washington, is very intriguing. I don't think they're going to be as good as people think they are. Their defense is phenomenal. I think they're going to have one of the best defenses in the NFL this year. But their offense, to me, I don't think it's going to be that good, honestly. I'm not sold on Ryan Fitzpatrick, but you look at Daniel Jones. He's very, very inconsistent. He's a turnover machine. He's going to fumble or throw a pick just about every single game. I feel like Washington's defense is going to give him some troubles in this game. It might be a long day for Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. I have them losing this one here. They go 1-1 on the season. Week 3, they host the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons' defense was horrendous last season, and they no longer have Julio Jones. They have a great tight end they got in the draft, and Kyle Pitts. They have Ridley as well, who I think is going to have a breakout season. But aside from that, they really don't have anybody. Aside from with their quarterback and Matt Ryan, I feel like the Giants will be able to defeat the Falcons here in Week 3 to improve to 2-1. Week 4, this game's kind of interesting to me. They played the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans. I kind of have this as a toss-up game here. The Saints defense took a major hit in the offseason. They lost Trey Hendrickson and a couple other guys as well. But you look at this, they also lost Drew Brees. They have, Jameis Winston as their quarterback, who I think is going to be better than people think. Jameis Winston is also very inconsistent, just like Daniel Jones. I have the Giants winning here because you look at their roster. I just think their roster is better. And you look at, Jameis Winston, to me, is going to have to do more in order to win. I don't feel like Daniel Jones is going to have to, play lights out for the Giants to win. He has a great supporting cast around him. He just needs to play all right. And I feel like this Giants team get the win against New Orleans to improve their record to 3-1. Week 5, they play at the Dallas Cowboys, and they get a massive upset victory here. The Cowboys, lots of people think they're going to have a great season, and I honestly think they will have a good season as well. But the Cowboys always have a couple games each year where they should win, and just absolutely suck, and they end up losing. I feel like this could be one of those games. And with Dak Prescott, I wouldn't be surprised if Prescott maybe struggles the first 4 or 5 weeks or so, because with his horrific injury from last season, he's still not 100%. So I have the Giants getting the upset victory here in Week 5. Week 6, they host the LA Rams. I just do not see them winning this game at all. I feel like Daniel Jones is going to play horrible in this game. Aaron Donald is going to give the Giants offensive line so much trouble. The Rams, in my opinion, are one of the best teams in the league. This will be a long day for the Giants. They drop to 4-2. Week 7 against the Carolina Panthers. This is kind of a toss-up game. The Panthers are one of my surprise teams this season. With Sam Darnold, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, Terrace Marshall Jr., Robbie Anderson. I feel like they have a really, really underrated offense. But, Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones are very similar in the fact, both of those quarterbacks, started in New York, and both of them are turnover machines. It kind of goes back to what I'm saying. I feel like, Daniel Jones, I don't really necessarily trust him more, but the supporting cast on offense and defense, I kind of trust them more at times because this Panthers team to me, I think could be great, but they don't have a ton of experience. So I'm going to take the Giants win here. They improved to 5-2 in the season. Week 8, they go on the road to Kansas City Chiefs. I did not see this game being close at all. Wouldn't be surprised they lost by 14 plus points here. Daniel Jones, like I said, the major thing with the Giants is Daniel Jones' consistency. And there's going to be games throughout the season where Daniel Jones looks good, and in other games he just looks absolutely awful. I think this is going to be one of those games here in Week 8. They dropped to 5-3 with this loss. Week 9, they host the Las Vegas Raiders, and I had them losing this game here. The Raiders are one of those teams that are very inconsistent. They could beat one of the best teams in the league one week, and they could lose to the worst team in the next. But I just feel like they're going to get the win here. I don't know if you would call this an upset win or not, but I just feel like this could be another one of those games where Daniel Jones kind of struggles, in the game, have a couple turnovers or so. Because I feel like this Raiders defense, it's been horrible the past couple of years, but I feel like it's going to be better than people think. With this loss here, they dropped to 5-4. So Week 10 is their bye week, and heading into their bye week, they are 5-4. Not horrible, not great. I would say kind of what you should expect for the New York Giants. As we continue here in Week 11, they go on the road to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is going to be horrible for the Giants. Daniel Jones is going to struggle against a really nice defense in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think this one will be close. I mean, you're having to play the Buccaneers and the Rams this season. That is very, very difficult to beat either one of those teams. So with this loss here, they drop to 5-5. Week 12, they host the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think the Eagles are one of the worst teams in the league. But I wouldn't be surprised around this point if Jalen Hurts is not even the starter. Maybe it's Joe Flacco, maybe it's Gardner Minshew. And also with Daniel Jones' consistency, I feel like, he's going to have some bad games this season. And I feel like this could be another one of those games. Because, you look at teams in the NFL. Every single NFL team has that one game each year where they should win, and they just absolutely suck and they shouldn't. And they end up losing. I feel like this is going to be the case here for the New York Giants. A game they should totally end up winning, but they absolutely end up losing this game here and absolutely suck. With this loss here, they drop to 5-6. At Miami, this is a toss-up. Daniel Jones and Tua Tagovailoa, both of those guys are the definition of inconsistent quarterbacks. This is just really a toss-up here. I have the Giants winning because I don't trust Tua just as much as I don't trust really Daniel Jones. I feel like they're able to pull off a major. I don't know if you call this an upset. I would probably call it an upset victory against the Giants. But with this, they improved back to 506-6. Week 7, they get a major upset again at the Chargers. I just feel like, there's going to be times where Daniel Jones plays great, in my opinion, but there's going to be times where he's going to play absolutely horrible. I feel like it's one of those games where I feel like he might play pretty good. And I just feel like it's a possible upset alert because kind of with the Chargers, I feel like this is one of those games that the Chargers should win, and they end up losing. Kind of like I was saying, with the teams, there's always that one game each year teams lose, and they absolutely shouldn't. This might be the Chargers game. So with this game here, the Giants move over 500 to 7-6 on the season. Week 15, they host the Dallas Cowboys. I have them losing this game because I feel when around towards the end of the season, I feel like that's when the Cowboys are going to start to be in their groove, start having winning streaks and stuff. Because like I was saying earlier, I feel like the first couple of weeks, it might take some time for Dallas to kind of get back in their groove, with Prescott, so injury and different things like that. I don't see the Giants beating the Cowboys here. With this loss, they improved. They go down to 507-7. Week 16 at Philadelphia, they get a victory here. These last couple of games here are very, very crucial for them because they can be in playoff contention, and I feel like these final 3 games are winnable games, but I don't know if they will end up winning them due to Daniel Jones. But this game to me, I think will be pretty easy. At Philadelphia, they'll get an easy win here. They improve to 8-7. Week 17 at Chicago, I have them losing this one. Justin Fields will definitely be starting around this time here. I feel like Justin Fields is a very, very intriguing quarterback, and the Giants' defense is decent, not great. Daniel Jones, to me, I think he's going to struggle against a good Bears defense. Daniel Jones, to me, is just very concerning because you look at some of his defenses he has to be playing this season. He plays the Washington football team's defense twice. He plays the Rams defense. He plays the Buccaneers defense. I don't trust Daniel Jones when it comes to against the defense who's good or better than good. So with this loss here, they dropped to 8-8. And like I was mentioning, I don't trust Daniel Jones against good defenses. The last game of the year, they take on the Washington football team and have them losing that one there. And they are 1-3 their last 4 games of the season in this prediction. That is crucial. That really sucks for them because, I mean, if they're able to go 3-1, that's a huge switch, and that's a possible playoffs team right there. But the fact that they go 1-3 the last 4 games, really takes them out of playoff contention. So my record prediction for the New York Giants is 8-9. I feel like this team is capable of being a playoff team, but Daniel Jones has to be consistent. I know I keep on saying it, but Daniel Jones' consistency is the number one priority for this Giants team heading into the season. It needs to be the point, even if he's just a game manager. If he's a game manager, I feel like this Giants team is playoff contender because the game manager, if you throw for like 200 yards and a touchdown, turnover-free football, that's huge for Daniel Jones. But I'm really interested in this New York Giants team. My ceiling for them is 10-7, but my floor for them is 7-10. I feel like we're going to see 8-9 wins, something along the lines of that, for this New York Giants team. So it's kind of my wrap it up on this video here. I believe the New York Giants will end the season 8-9. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. And we'll see you all next time on the Sports 200 Show.